You believe your life is governed by random luck. Machiavelli would call you a fool. He understood that to see the world as a series of random, unconnected events is to surrender your power. It is the philosophy of a victim, waiting to be either blessed by good fortune or crushed by bad. This is not a strategy, it is a weakness. The world is not random. It is a dynamic interplay of two great forces. The first is Fortuna, what you call luck. Machiavelli envisioned it as a raging river, violent and unpredictable, capable of flooding plains and tearing down trees and buildings in its path. When it is angry, no one can resist it. Most people simply stand on the riverbank, hoping it does not rise. They are at its mercy. But there is a second force, Virtù. This is not virtue in the moral sense. It is skill, prowess, audacity, foresight. It is the human capacity to impose order on chaos. A man of virtue does not simply hope the river stays calm. He uses the quiet seasons to build dams, levees, and channels. He does not seek to stop the river. He seeks to direct it. He prepares for the flood, so that when it comes, its power is either contained or, better yet, harnessed for his own purposes. You have a choice. You can be the peasant who drowns in the flood or the engineer who commands the water. The following principles are not for the passive. They are the tools for the engineer. Your career has stalled. You perform your duties, you meet expectations, but you feel invisible. You are waiting for a promotion that never arrives, for an opportunity to fall from the sky. You tell yourself it's about timing or office politics, that it's out of your hands. This is a dangerous illusion. You are not stuck. You are unprepared. The first principle is this: build your levees in times of calm. Opportunity does not announce its arrival. Crisis does not send an invitation. They simply appear. Your readiness is the only variable you control. This means building your skills when you don't need them, expanding your network when your current job is secure, fortifying your finances when you have a steady income. These are your levees. Machiavelli saw this clearly. He wrote, "Fortune is a raging river, but when it is quiet, men can make provision, both with defenses and with barriers, in such a way that, when the river rises, it will either go into a canal or its rush will not be so wanton or so damaging." He understood that the work of a man with virtù is done before the storm. The battle is won before it is ever fought. The takeaway is this: preparation is an offensive strategy. Every skill you acquire, every relationship you build, every dollar you save is a fortification against the inevitable chaos of Fortuna. Stop waiting to be chosen. Start preparing to be the only choice. Now consider this. Your company, once a bastion of stability, announces unexpected layoffs. Panic spreads. Your colleagues are paralyzed by fear, updating their resumes in a desperate frenzy. They are victims of the flood. But you have been building your levees. You have skills the market desires and a network beyond the walls of this single company. The chaos that crushes them presents you with a choice. This leads to the second principle, the audacity to seize the moment. Preparation is potential energy. It is worthless without the kinetic force of action. When Fortuna changes the landscape, the man of virtù does not merely seek to survive. He seeks to conquer. He sees the crisis not as a threat, but as a moment of profound opportunity, where the old rules are suspended and the bold can advance. Machiavelli was unsentimental about this. He stated, "Fortune is a woman, and if you wish to keep her under, it is necessary to beat and ill-use her. And it is seen that she allows herself to be mastered by the audacious rather than by those who go to work more coldly." This is not about cruelty. It is about the necessity of decisive, forceful action. Hesitation is fatal. When the opportunity to advance appears, you must strike, not deliberate. The lesson is absolute. Your preparations have earned you the right to be bold. While others are drowning in uncertainty, your Virtù allows you to see the path forward. Do not just weather the storm. Use its winds to sail past your competitors. Audacity transforms a prepared man into a dominant one. If you're finding this strategic approach valuable, a like on this video signals you're ready for more. Finally, a different kind of crisis. A long-term relationship ends abruptly. The future you had planned is gone. The person you relied on is absent. You feel untethered, lost in a new and unwelcome reality. Your old methods of navigating the world no longer apply. To cling to them is to guarantee your own misery and irrelevance. This reveals the third and most subtle principle. Adaptability is your greatest weapon. A man may rise to power through caution and patience, but if the times change and demand boldness, his caution will ruin him. The inverse is also true. The same quality that brings you success in one season can be the anchor that drowns you in the next. Machiavelli observed that men are often ruined because they cannot change their methods to suit the times. He wrote, "If a man governs himself with caution and patience, and the times and affairs turn in such a way that his government is good, he will prosper. But if the times and affairs change, he is ruined because he has not changed his course of action." The ultimate expression of Virtù is not just skill or courage, but the wisdom to know when to be the cautious fox and when to be the ferocious lion. Therefore, understand this. Your identity is not your strategy. Your strategy is a tool you use to shape your reality. When reality changes, you must be willing to discard the tool that no longer works. Do not mourn the end of an era. Analyze the new landscape, identify the new rules of engagement, and adapt your nature to conquer it. Rigidity is fragility. Adaptability is power. Stop seeing your life as a lottery ticket. It is a campaign, a strategic conquest. Fortuna, the raging river of chance, will always be a factor. It will flood, it will rage, it will change its course. Let it. Your task is not to pray for calm waters. Your task is to master the arts of engineering, to build your defenses in times of peace through relentless preparation, to act with overwhelming audacity when chaos presents an opportunity, and to adapt your very nature to suit the changing times, for what works today will fail you tomorrow. This is the path away from being a subject of fate and toward becoming its master. Which area of your life will you apply Virtù to first? Your career, your finances, your personal development? State your intention in the comments below. A declaration is the first step toward conquest. To continue mastering these principles of power and strategy, subscribe to this channel. Now, watch the video on your screen. It is the next logical step in your education.